Hey guys, I just finished my Monday lesson with Chris, Raven, Frozen Soul, 9 done. And so, as always, I'm sharing. The setup he and I have is I play Crazy Stone at the 6 dawn level. And as you know, I hit a wall there at 6 dawn, right? I did the level up one all the way up to 5 dawn, but when it got to 6 dawn, I hit a wall. And so he's helping me get past the wall. So here we go. I'm always the white stones. Anything's good, right? Many choices. Just a choice, all Giuseppe. Here. When it comes to the walls I hit, it's not this. This is whether you know Giuseppe or not. Can you read out? Can you figure things out? So I thought, well, this has to be the first stop, which he agreed with. Then surround, right? And now I've faltered. I fell for a classic Q idea. I'm thinking Atari the sucker, but that's a weak move, right? Atari. So he got to surround me, and I got a bit of a clump, more than a bit of. And that's just, standard Q mentality. So it's here. He's got to do some sort of fix. And then there's a lot of things I can do here, but it's much healthier. Okay, so he gets a bunch of Ataris on me. I don't want him to choose. He can save either one of these in Sente, so I thought I'll take this, which appears to be Sente. Okay, so I'm settled, he's settled. And so one asks, did we do good? Did we do bad? What's going on locally? So let's figure it out together. I've already figured it out. Okay. So the captures were 2. So 2, 4, 6, 7 points. And he saves his triangle stone in Gote. So we can easily move that up to 8 points. Okay, white 8. I'm going to type that in here. White equals 8. There you go. Because I forget if I don't write it down. Okay, so now we count the black stones. Now, there's an extra black stone here. So he should have an 8-point advantage. So we should have 8 and 8. He should have 16. Let's count them. Okay. Now, we're going to double check to see if we got this right. I don't think we quite have it right yet. We can't give him anything at the left square because we're giving him 2 points per thickness, but this isn't thick. This is a cut and a peep. So he doesn't get any points there. He doesn't get any value like thickness. And just for fun, let's put a black stone there. All of a sudden, he gets, that's like 4 or 5 points he's getting for that thickness, but he doesn't have that thickness. Okay. There's a peep at this. Let's make that a square just so we're all. The next square, there's a peep. And it's a useful peep. So he doesn't have thickness there. So we can't give him value there. The 7, 8, somewhere around there. I mean, he's thick in that neighborhood, kind of, sort of. So we're giving him 1 point per. Maybe we should add one at here. Is this more thickness? Number 13, is that thickness? Yeah, seems so. Is this thickness? Well, that's white sente. So it's hard to count that as thickness. Although the stone should be worth 2, I'm going to give him 1 here. So his value looks to be about 14 points. Now, if I have 8, and he's supposed to be 8 points more than me, and he's 14, well, you could say that black's lacking a little bit, but give me a break. His wall is facing everywhere he wants his wall to face. That's got to be worth something. So we could say that it's equitable, but the burden is on white because the top's awfully, I mean, black could do great things with the wall, right? Okay, so everything seems fine so far, even with my mistake. Just a bit of a burden for white to not lose track here. Okay, top seems biggest. I went there. I didn't like playing this way because it doesn't seem comfortable to live on top. I thought and it's kind of a rule, if he can take it all in one move. No, he can't, but it's uncomfortable. I thought it might be worth playing there. I'm not sure how important it is. I'm still torn on that one. Okay, he pinches. I don't want 3-3 in this case. That top area is looking scary big, right? I don't like that. I also have no intention of invading here, ever. Therefore, that single black stone is strong, so touch the strong stone. Now, what we're expecting here is, let's try this one for black. Now black's over-concentrated, and I have freedom to do counterattack. I can come in again if I want because the ladder works for me, right? There's so many things I can do here, and he's over-concentrated. That would put me ahead. He's wasted his stones. Then there's this one. And now, still a bit over-concentrated, and I'm comfortable and alive. So what's he going to do here? He plays smart. He says, I don't want to be over-concentrated. I don't need any more stones up there. Right, you are. So I cut. And then the idea is I'm going to live, right? Should I Atari first and then live? Well, that's a real cut, and all I did was make him stronger. So that didn't help me at all. Okay. Should I do this Atari and then live? Well, the answer is actually yes, but we'll get to why. I didn't quite see how powerful this was. So what I did is I just lived. He comes up, and now he has more control over. It's still powerful, but now let's look at why. Okay, so let's say I do the Atari and live. And he's thinking, this is getting dangerous. If I just connect under, let's just go with, it's a Sente, right? He's about to die. So he comes down. This is a real cut. He doesn't like this. So he would think about catching it in a ladder. I make the ladder breaker. All of a sudden, I picked up a whole move on the left. That'd be great. So that's the direction I should be thinking about. But I just didn't know what to do with the Aji, so I left it, which is kind of standard practice. I live. He takes care of the ladder breaker, right? He's on top of that here. And now we finally reached the point. Not quite. I was going to say where I didn't know what to do. I'm starting to consider his area 1 getting bigger and bigger. I'm getting concerned about area 1. But we're still in the early stages of the game, in the early opening. So I have time to just play my own big move here. Next, I have to choose Joseki. And I've been kind of falling in love with this Joseki. I know AI come up with it, but it just seems so strange to me. I never started using it. But the last month, a little more, I've been using it. It's like, I really like this. We could go into a lot of detail, but we won't right now. I thought about here. I like the picture we're painting, but it's very impractical. Let's say, for instance, black comes down and white takes that area. It's still invadable. It's just not practical. I don't like living in the corner. My position on the bottom, I have no position on the bottom. I took his corner, but I didn't get any extra profit. Right, so I'm looking at all these things. And then here, what I've done is I can now live easily on either side. He has a 3-stone wall, which doesn't have a base yet. And if he takes care of his group, then this move is stronger than it was a minute ago, because now I have more control over what happens here. So anyway, I went that way. He came in. We do a basic situation. And you might recall this shape from another video I did with Chris. This is one where I actually went wrong again this time. I didn't remember. And this really bothered me. Why didn't I remember? What is it about this that I didn't get last time? So let's go through the thing. Let's check out what we see. My white's A group, fine. White's corner enclosure. Well, it never had the corner, and it still doesn't have the corner, so nothing's changed there. I can imagine playing white C, which secures some profit in the corner, and now we're bothering black. The problem is we're not bothering him very much. If C was Sente, I do it right now. But it's not. He'll just walk away. It's not too important. I wish C was Sente, let me tell you. Well, what about B? Well, I'm not even convinced. Does it eat? Wrong button. Just a second. Just a second. I mean, isn't there Aji here? Isn't it annoying? And completely passive, Gote, and I'm not even sure I'm doing anything I like. So I don't like that. And anything more, oh, I'm doing so much more. Well, this is just sitting there, and now he's got this. It's just all unclear and impractical. So if I do nothing, I'll still live there. Well, it's not like horrible. It's just wherever I go, I'm going to get profit. I could get profit here or somewhere else. So I'll live in the bottom left regardless. So just what would I like to do? Okay. Next, let's keep going on. We're looking, these are the things I'm looking at, right? So far, nothing. How about attacking the A group? I kind of like this idea. I'm playing in a big area, and I'm bothering black. Let's have white. Let's look at the black, this black. White's not alive. Let's say I defend. Well, then black lived. What did I accomplish? So not much of an attack. It allows me to play in a big area, but yeah, I'm not doing anything yet. Attacking this group, it's just so easy for him to live. It doesn't mean anything. So what? You see my dilemma? I'm not finding the crux. Now, someone wrote in one of the comments and spelled crux for me. I always thought it was cruxed, ED, or ET or something. And he's like, no, just X, crux. Didn't know that. So the answer, which I got from another one of my lessons with him, this B group, not exactly settled. Can't do much with it. Can't attack much. Can't do anything with it because it's barely has a base. This kind of group, it means, you could use another move here. Well, all of a sudden, I got the big move instead of him in the corner. Instead of attacking him this way, I attack him this way. They're both attacks. And he's not going to respond. That's way too bad. So let's assume he up here, well, it's still in game here, right? That's a lot so it's big and it makes it so my group is okay and I can play the rest of the game. So for some reason for me, this is a bit of a blind spot nowadays. I've spent so much time away from strong go. 20-ish years. I used to be able to spot this. I know what to do next. Boom, because of. But it's been so long, I kind of forgot. So, boom, boom. Here we go. So then, where to next? One thing that helped me here, although I don't think it's that hard of a move, but actually it's a two-parter. Okay. We look around and we realize black has more points than we do. So we need to invade/reduce. And we know my bottom left, I'm not counting on it for anything other than just survival in the bottom left. So shoulder hit. What's the problem? I'm out. Big reduction. He's not real thrilled about connecting over. You know what I mean? He's not getting many points and I'm getting lots of stuff. So he doesn't like that. Okay, so shoulder hit is obvious and logical and active. But the other move, that's the one I'm not quite ready for. I know it, but only in part. So, to me, this move and the other move have similarities, but they're very different. So let's look at the other move. Boom, I'm going to cut you. Okay, so let's look at this move. What is this move? It's an asking move. White has no idea what's going to happen. Is he going to live? Is he going to run out? Is he going to attack? What is this about? We don't know. We're asking black to tell us what to do next on the right. So this one is an asking move. It's not a declaration of anything. This is a declaration. You're either flat. That's all. If you want anything on the left, it's going to be small. I'm done. I have already succeeded. There's no questions. It's a statement. You are now small on the left. Well, this one says, I want information from you so I know just what best to do. Now, let's check out here. Let's have black take the left. Now, that's not his yet, right? This move is still here. Let's give myself a little meaning, and then let's play let's play this, which is a lot of interesting stuff here. Let's have black. What's black going to do? So once we cut, a lot of interesting things can happen. Maybe, yeah, lots of interesting things. One thing we're seeing is once I cut, his A group, pretty awkward because there's so much Aji. And now the Aji includes the B area, right? There's a lot going on here. So this peep is very active on all the different Ajis. If I cut, then there's a peep at B to cut there, along with that peep, along with underneath, along with the surround. Aji everywhere. And as he's defending the left, it's still not his yet. So you see why this brings up a great many questions. Okay, so that's this as far as we went. So as far as I try to go with him is, he's my opening is fine. Nowadays, everyone's opening is fine because anything goes. But just I know how to play good, sane openings, no problems. But then I hit this wall, and we saw it here with I'm sorry, that's an F. Was there another one? Let me do this for my benefit here. Okay, obvious mistake, but still equitable. Okay, no problem. Regular stuff. Whether to cut or not, that's not a brick wall I hit. That's just how much you're willing to read out, how deep do you want to look, how much of a clock do you have. Here, no problems. No problems, all obvious. This one. Oh, and this was the other one. I want to be able to see the more active way of dealing with the left. Force him to answer a question before I start taking action. That's a habit I want to get into, but it's still a little above me. So I would still play A at the moment, just one step at a time. Okay. So that's it on this board. Now I'm going to bring up, we had an extra 20 minutes, so we started a new one just to try to quickly get to my brick walls. So I'm going to bring that up. Step 1, stop presenting. Step 2, close that at SGF. Step 3, bring up the new game. Step 4, split screen. Bring up new. Okay. You should now be looking at the new board. Look at me being all technically advanced. Okay. So again, just a quick opening. I went this way. And it's just Joseki that it's fun for white, right? I'm reaching out all over the board while he got a little tiny corner, which he doesn't even have yet. So it's a fun Joseki. It's not game winning or special. It's just a style that's fun. Plays away. Okay, no problem. There's no reason to play up there. If this was Sente, I'd play it in a second. But my next move, I don't see how to kill him with my next move. A little too much reading to be sure about, right? So I thought I'll just go to the next big area. Okay. And I went this way. If we look at the big picture, see the AB stones affecting this whole bottom left area? I usually don't like to play C because it's impractical. But here, heck, we're looking not just at a potential area 1 and a potential area 2, but we have great things in area 3, great things in the center in area 4. This is a far-reaching move. Far enough reaching where I considered it practical rather than playing, this again. So hopefully you can see how much more grand this is with the AB stones. Okay. He comes in. 2 choices. Now we'll call them basic choices because black always has opportunities to do whatever. Okay. There's a real practical way. Oh, da-dun, da-dun, dun, dun. Boom. Okay. I got good things on the bottom. In Sente. And then I decide what to do over here. Maybe I start this, get settled, who knows. And the other way, which is the one I went, it just felt proper with, I have 4 weak connections here. So it felt good to support that F with the E, right? I'm supporting all those weak knights moves as I get good things down here. Okay. That's just a choice. There's a couple choices. He plays the sword, which I haven't played in a lot. Used to be 30, 40 years ago. You go into any Go tournament, go to the open section. This is on at least half the boards. Everyone had to know this. Huh. Been a long time since I saw it. I just went normal like. Okay. So the A stone gave me the B bottom area. Kind of, I don't want to say thick, but that's a good amount of white stones securing things. So the A stone has totally served its purpose. On top of which, if the A stone only forced him to play at C, then that's enough work for the A stone. I made him play on the second line. But it gave me even more than that. So to me, the A stone is wonderful. Okay. Here. Defend my group. He comes out. Okay. Here's where I started going wrong again. It's the most obvious thing in the world, but I got my mind stuck on other things. I've been looking at these 3 stones for so long and all they can do. I'm stuck thinking about things like, once I get on the right button, let's fix my cuts. Let's fight so that I fix everything, which this is not fixing everything at all. I couldn't see past, I need to fix my ABCs. That sounds like going to school, right? I even asked myself, am I weak? And I missed the most obvious thing in the world. The AB stones are a group. Neither C nor D nor E is a group. They're stones that black can't kill. Just stones. I might give him one. I might give him two. Who knows what I'm going to give him? He can't kill them all. So it's not that big. It's my AB stones, and they're not strong. So just defend them. Once I get on the right button, it's like, and points. And if I don't, he gets the points. And if he doesn't respond, coming in is so easy. It's like the most obvious move in the world, and I'm blind. I was blinded because from the moment I played here, I'm looking at the top, center, left. These three stones are in my vision, and I couldn't get past that. Now, I learned to get past that when I was 4 Dan, my first teacher. I remember him telling me, every move that goes down, the entire board changes. Now, I thought that was so deep and meaningful, and that's what I needed to see to find the right move, but I couldn't get past my stones. It's just embarrassing, let me tell you. Anything else from here? Oh, just odd you look at. Okay. So there's some things that I was encouraged to remember today, things I need to focus on, and hopefully they have some meaning to you. Okay, that's it. Thanks a lot.